What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another week of Breeders' Cup Classic Top 10 Rankings. I really wasn't going to do one this week, but we got news kind of late into the weekend on Sunday that Charge It is not going to run in the Travers Stakes. So that kind of adjusted the rankings a little bit. Plus, it kind of gives us a little overall preview of what's to come this weekend with the Travers and where those horses are ranked right now on the list. So without further ado, we'll do this real quick, show the screen here and kind of show you guys what we're looking at going into this weekend. Of course, huge weekend with the Travers. All right, there is the new top 10 out now. And I had said for a couple of weeks that Taiba was a horse that I thought was right there on the cusp of being ranked in the top 10. And there he is. So now he is at number 10 with Charge It. With an injury, he could jump back in the rankings, but I took him out for this week. So Taiba at number 10. He's significant for a couple of reasons. Number one, at least one guy in the Racing Dudes club here believes Taiba can win this race. But two, he is training lights out at Del Mar really, really well. So well that there's a rumor that he might enter the Pacific Classic. Now, I think he will go to the Pennsylvania Derby, but he is really working out well. So we'll see if Taiba can kind of move up the list or at least stay in there in that top 10. So he's at number 10 for now. At number 9 is Cyberknife. Of course, he beat Taiba in the Haskell. Very close finish. I think these two are pretty close together. Cyberknife going to go to the Travers where Taiba's going to skip it, probably because his trainer can't run there. But nevertheless, Cyberknife going to try that Haskell Travers double. If he can get that one this weekend, he'll move up this list for sure. Number 8 is Country Grammar, another Bob Baffert trainee who is looking very good in the workout tab as well. He will definitely be in the Pacific Classic, barring any kind of injury. Won the Dubai World Cup, second in the Saudi Cup, and then last time out in the San Diego was second. I think he will improve off that effort and also stretching back out in distance. Number 7, Hot Rod Charlie. Not much to update with him. We might see him here coming up pretty soon, but right now he stays at number 7. He's just kind of a hit the board type, can't get up and actually win any of the big races, I should say. Number 6 is Olympiad. We will see him next week in the Jockey Club Gold Cup at Saratoga on the last Saturday of the meet, I should say. Olympiad was a no-show in the Whitney. Maybe he comes back and runs better in that race and can kind of move back up the list. Number 5 is Happy Saver. Not sure where we're going to see him next. He might run next week as well. He's kind of like Hot Rod Charlie in the fact that he just shows up. He's always around. He can hit the board. Not sure he can actually win, but I think he deserves to be kind of in the middle portion of this list, the 4 through 6 or 7 here as, he just shows up every time no matter who he's faced, and he's faced some really good ones. Number 4 on the list, American Revolution. We need to see him soon. This is a horse that scratched out of the Whitney in favor of another spot. Maybe that spot is the Jockey Club Gold Cup. We might see him there. We'll find out. So American Revolution, certainly a horse that has a lot of talent, looked pretty good last time we saw him at Churchill Downs. I think he can move forward off of that. Number 3 is Epicenter. He will be the favorite in the Travers this weekend. I don't think there's any doubt about that. We'll see what happens with Epicenter. We'll see if he can pick up that first grade 1 win. If he does win that Travers, he's going to be pretty much locked into this number 3 spot. I don't think he's going to make up ground on the top 2 we have just yet, but stay tuned for that. But I do think he's up to this number 3 spot, and he can lock in right here with a win in the Travers. It's going to be very interesting to see if he can finally get that grade 1. Number 2, Life is Good. Winner of the Whitney. We don't know where we'll quite see him next. Probably at Belmont Park in that final round of preps. The distance is going to be a question mark until he wins at 1.25 miles. He only has raced once over that distance, and he lost, but it was in Dubai. I thought he looked very good in the Whitney. I think he definitely deserves to be number 2. And then number 1 is Flightline, and we will see him next week. Next week's going to be a big week as well as this week for the Classic rankings. Flightline will take on Country Grammar in the Pacific Classic at Del Mar next Saturday. And so, like I've said on all these rankings, if he wins that race, he's going to be number 1 on the list. He will be the favorite for the Breeders' Cup Classic, barring something unforeseen like an injury. If he loses in that spot, he may fall completely out of the rankings. He's a huge unknown. We know his talent. We don't know if he can go 1.25 miles or not. A mile is as far as he's ever raced. All indications are he can get the distance. The breeding says he can get the distance. I'm not real worried about it, hence why I have him number 1. But you never know until they try it, especially at 1.25 miles. So we will see if Flightline can get that job done. And that, like I said, next week, Pacific Classic will be the week for him. So there it is. There's the update for the Breeders' Cup Classic rankings, the top 10. And I will definitely be back next week to do another update with you guys. And we will talk about how Epperson ran, how Cyberknife did. Maybe it's early voting who wins it. Maybe whoever, maybe it's Ain't Life Grand who wins it. And that'd be cool if we could rank him in the top 10. But anyway, that's the list for this week. We'll be back next week to kind of update it. And hopefully everybody has a really, really good Travers weekend. So thanks everybody for watching this one. Hit like if you like it. Hit subscribe if you really like it. And we'll see you for the next video next week.